Okay, Shalom. Giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which rule well. All right, peace and much love. Honor and blessings, salutations to the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, which hold their kind of composure and integrity. All right, just want to do a kind of a land back and also building on top of a lesson that I did earlier regarding patience, within, if anything that I've learned from, having patience. And I just wanted to kind of do a little continuance because, hold on. Salakia. Hold on, man. God damn it, man. I'm trying my patience right now, man. Hold on. I might get out of my car real quick just to get the signal going. Salakia, just bear with me. Salakia, let me get back in my car. Not sure if you can still hear me or if I'm still good. Satan, man, that's all it is, man. But goddamn, dude is annoying sometimes. Hold on, I might switch cars. Hold on, just bear with me real quick. I might stop it. I don't know. Slack, it's gonna get dark real quick. Fuck it. Alright, yeah, because I gotta get a signal, man. Well, where I'm at, I'm in a country land basically, and my service sucks, so I gotta get my Wi-Fi. So, shit, Lord willing. All right, man, let me just go ahead and restart this. Salakia, man, for the, technical difficulties, but giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which rule well. Peace and much love, honors and blessings, salutations to the elect of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, which hold their kind of composure and integrity, working with all diligence, all right, striving with patience, okay? And this lesson is kind of a land back off of the lesson I did earlier about, if patience has taught me anything, because I wanted to kind of, continue off of that in regards to, the title I named it, it feels like the Lord is dragging, but in the grand scheme of things. And that is in reference to, Jeremiah 29 and 11, where it talks about that the Lord has an expected end for us. Which I'll get it, but I do want to bring it out again throughout this lesson because, like I titled the lesson, man, in the grand scheme of things, the grand scheme of things refers to really the ultimate goal, the ultimate outlook of all things, like there's a lot being done, and we're being tested a lot, especially with our patience, man, and our faith. Our ability to remain loyal and, show the Lord that we can do this job. Hold on, man. God damn. Satan is just a fucking asshole today, man. I don't even have the keys or nothing. But, in the grand scheme of things, man, like everything that we do, has a reward. All right. Being in this truth, man, you find out there's something, you got prerequisites to this job. All right. When you pick up when you pick the plow up, to labor, it comes with a price. It comes with consequences. It comes with rewards. And it's all determined based on how you interact and work in this time. All right, because you got the, workers of iniquity, you got workers of evil, you got workers of righteousness. We ultimately do this, man, because we want to be seen as righteous in the end, because we want that expected end. All right, the scriptures talk about, you got to remember, man, we're coming from a very base state back to our original state. All right, and part of that is getting our land back. All right, but not just the land, but what the Lord gave to us in that land. All right, let me get the scripture. This is Exodus 3 and hold on. Yeah, Exodus 3 and nope. Yeah, I'll try to use it. If this happens again, I'm gonna go back into my car, man. I'm gonna just park like right behind this car. It says Exodus 3 and 8, and I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, which this is actually talking about, back in ancient Egypt, all right, when we were serving captivity under the Egyptians, all right. But you can use things, that's, and look at that, 144. You can use scriptures to mean multiple things at times, all right, because we are back in, spiritual Egypt, which the word Egypt just means bondage. Okay, we are in the house of bondage, the house of captivity, referring to Isaiah the 14th chapter, where it called this place a prison with the doors without doors. He said they opened out the doors of the prisoners. That's talking about Jake being in captivity. All right, but it says, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land unto a good land and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey. See, we lost this in the beginning, man. The land flowing with milk and honey, basically the milk and honey represented abundance and riches, favor. Okay, in fact, you can actually Google this stuff. In fact, I'll Google it, because the favor of the Lord is going to return back to our people, man. I mean, it's in the process right now. He showed favor by giving us a spirit of life. All right, entering back in, back in what, 1969. All right, yeah, you know what? Give me a second, man. I'm going back in my car. This is ridiculous. I never have these problems, man. Making a lesson all of a sudden today. Whatever, man. Satan's an asshole. That's all I'm gonna say about him, man. All right, now I got internet. Okay. I'll try to get up like right up there. But anyways, let me see. So, like I'm saying, what we're trying to get back in this time, man, is the ultimate favor of the Lord. All right. Like I said, there's a lot that he has to do, a lot that he's working in this time before he returns that ultimate glory back to us, which is where we become immortal and we become all righteous again. All right. But like I said earlier in my live today about patience, there's a lot the Lord has to do, man. He has to set a lot back in order. All right. And before he brings the salvation to Israel, man, all these things are going to be done, because by the end of the destruction of Babylon, aka America, by the end of Esau and all that, the destruction of Esau in America, certain things got to come to pass, basically, because the scriptures talk about, the glory of the Lord. All right. The scriptures saying that, and then shall they know that I am the Lord. So the Lord's coming to make statements and points, and then he's gonna deliver his people, and that's gonna be when he brings back that complete harmony, and like I said, the abundance, the favor, all right, the total outlook for Israel. Okay, let's see. What do milk and honey symbolize in the Bible? It says that abundant fertility. Let's see. There it is. There it is. Whatever, man. Hold on. I'm not going to end this lesson, man. Just bear with these technical difficulties because, he's being an asshole right now, man. So, okay, so it says right here, the land of Israel is flowing with milk and honey. Let's see, it's not even telling me, man, but yeah, man, you know, I told you what the meaning of it means. Salakia, man, you know, Satan in this video, technical difficulties and everything, man. But it says the milk is a powerful symbol with the most cultural traditions. It's the fluid of eternal life, fertility, abundance, which is what I said. You know, the honey going into, like, you know, more harmony and power, basically. Yeah, man. But all these things, you know, we're waiting on to get back from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know, and it's not an easy thing either, man. You know, the earth has gotten fucked up, man. The people that rule it, the wicked, have really, you know, done a number on this place, and all the way down to the people. You know, the scriptures talked about the animals, you know, languishing in mourning. You know, the creation itself is mourning to get this devil out of power, and you know, to for the Lord to execute His word. Okay, one of my favorite precepts, man. 2nd Esdras 4:27, and cannot comprehend. Actually, verse 26. It says, then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasteth fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time, because those promises, man, that the Lord has, you know, sworn that He's going to bring back to Israel. All right, it's unfathomable for the very reason that, you know, a lot has gotten jacked up in this time. Okay, you know, I was originally going to start this out with reading, you know, Micah, where it says about bearing the indignation of the Lord. You know, we got to pay for our sins, man. All right, and why? Why do we got to pay for it through misfortune and adversity? Because if you don't pay for as far as, you know, this truth and serving Him, then. All right, man, it's a test. I made a lesson about patience, and as I'm looking up, getting irritated as hell, it says 14:14. So I'm gonna have to move, man, because I have no signal. I don't know how I'm making this lesson. Hold on, let me go back. I'm gonna just keep. Y'all just got to bear with me. I'm gonna open this car door a lot of times while I'm making this video. You know, don't make fun of me. Salaka, just bear with me again, man. Demon, man. Whatever, man. Look, you know, if I had to, man, I would remake this whole video. You know, I would remake the whole thing and say the whole same thing over again, man, because this is part of what I'm talking about. You know, the suffering we got to deal with, man. You know, we got to, you know, like, here's the thing. I left to go get something from the convenience store here a minute ago, but I was going to go into town, and this lesson was in my mind. You know, I wanted to make it, you know, and I was like, damn, should I turn back around and go back home and make the lesson, then go do what I got to do? Or should I just go into town and do it there? You know, it takes me 25 minutes to get into town, you know, and then make the lesson. But I didn't want to do that because it was burning in me to make this lesson, man. So, you know, it is what it is, man. It's a balance because I wanted to make this lesson. When you want to do something that's for the Lord, man, there's always issues. I mean, anybody who watches my channel has seen this, man. I suffer with a great deal of bullshit when I make my lessons, man. It never happens when I'm looking up bullshit on the phone. You know, never happens whenever I want to look at some bullshit, you know, or some funny, some stupid shit. Hold on. You know? But as soon as I want to make a lesson, oh, I ain't got no goddamn signal. This is rare too, man, because it never happens. You know? Like I said, I'm going to keep opening and shutting the door, man, so, you know, you're going to be hearing a smack every once in a while. But this is part of the test. This is part of the trial. This is part of the path, man. We suffer, all right? We get irritated, you know. But one thing I was going to say to add on to this lesson that I didn't say in my last live, man, you know, we're learning, you know, one thing about patience, man, is we're learning how to communicate better. We're learning how to talk better. The Lord knows my heart. The Lord knows our heart. You know, he knows that, you know, we desire, Lord willing, we sincerely desire to, you know, serve him. And this truly does give us pleasure, you know. But in that patience, man, you got to learn to communicate better. Salakia, you know, I just do it just because, you know, it's, you know, Satan ain't going to phase nothing, man. You know, it's funny, you know, so whatever. But in suffering, man, if you can continue through that suffering, you know, the Lord's going to reward you. The scriptures talk about it all the time. You know, doing some good for the Lord will go a long way. You know, I could be doing other things. I could be asleep right now, you know, but doing something for the Lord before you go to sleep, you know, magnifying him in any possible way is always a good way to end the night, you know. But anyways, man, going back to that, going back to what I was reading, all right, the land flowing with milk and honey, all right. Slakia. Let me get this. This is Jeremiah 11:5. It says that I may perform. Hold on. It says that I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers. Okay. And what was that oath, man? The oath was ultimately that the Lord was going to make us a great nation. All right. And that he was going to give us the greatest of all things. All right. The prime of everything, which really the inheritance of the earth. Okay. To have these other nations under us, to have us in basically total bliss and harmony. And I say bliss because bliss is an actual, you know, there's a positive and negative, man. You know, you think about bliss, you think in ignorance, but bliss is actually a complete state of, like, you know, euphoric happiness, man. Because in the kingdom, brothers have made plenty of videos, man. The smallest of righteous things, the smallest of matters, or the smallest of actions you make in the kingdom are going to have this euphoric, you know, weight of pleasure behind it. It's going to outdo anything, any pleasure. The smallest of pleasure in the kingdom is going to far exceed the highest amount of pleasure you could have experienced in this time, which I really don't know anything outside of certain things, but, you know, but this is what we're waiting on. All right. This is what we're being patient about. Okay. This is Jeremiah. Let me go back to Jeremiah 11 and let's see, 11 and let's see, in 4. It says, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt from the iron furnace, saying, now the iron furnace is still talking about being serving captivity in Egypt. All right. You've had men, you know, you've had brothers even try to teach that the iron furnace is also about today, which in a sense, yet like in a representation, yeah, we in the fucking furnace again, man, you know, because we living in a very bitter time where everything's burning, you know, literally. You know, I used to talk about America. If you look at, they actually have maps of like timelines or past events being meshed with the present, and they'll put them all on one map or one, you know, focal area of the map of the country or countries over periods of time. You know, they'll put fires that happened 30 years ago with fires that happened 2 weeks ago, and they'll put them all at the same area or at the same, you'll see them at the same time. Well, if you look at all the fires and you look at all the blood that's ever been spilled in America since it's been inhabited, you know, when Esau came over here and started doing his shit, you'll find out that every spot, every part of land, hold on, all right, every spot and part of land in the country has been touched by fire and by blood. That's crazy, man. That's why, doesn't it say in Nahum that the bloody city is full of lies and robbery? That's crazy to imagine, man. And the majority of that blood that has been spilt has been Israelite blood. That's why it tells you that the righteous blood crieth unto me. It don't mention any other nations crying to the Lord, man. The righteous blood is, Israelites being killed on this planet, and they go, on the earth, and they go back to the heavens, and they're complaining to the Lord. All right, but they're complaining that the main motherfucker Esau is the one doing all this shit. But anyways, like I'm saying, we are, like, in a sense, in an iron furnace, man, all over again, man. We're in the worst captivity, all right? But this is still talking about Egypt. It says, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, from the iron furnace, saying, obey my voice and do them, according to all which I command you. So shall you be my people, and I will be your power. Now, fast track, to now, starting at 1969, when the Spirit of Life entered Elder Abba Bivens, and then it went down to the apostles, to King Masha, High Priest Yaquab, High Priest Ariah, then to Apostle Tahar on down to the whole tree and family of the elect. Lord willing, we all the elect, right? The house of faith, the believers. Ever since then, man, you've had this remnant. All right, you've had this remnant. Salak, I don't know how to turn these lights on. I don't have the keys right now. They're inside. But the remnant is obeying the voice of the Lord, which is why the Lord's favor has returned. Why he's looking for us. He's hearing our prayers. He's answering us. He's watching over us. All right, the expected end that we've been waiting for the longest time, there's more to come. But that small fraction, man, is enough, and it's a great work because the Lord is actually able to do something now for us. We're actually having something happen on our behalf, because the Lord, again, he put us through hell. He allowed us to go into captivity under these other nations. The main, the ringleader of the wicked, the Edomites, like it says in Isaiah 22:17, we were tossed to and fro like a ball. That was the hell, the pure hell and oppression that Esau put us in coming over here from West Africa to America, man. And when he was, the lie of colonizing, when he started at, Hispaniola, South America, he was killing, Jake, man. All right. But, after all this, man, and the Lord is able to still bring back that favor. That's incredible. It says, but because he said, obey my voice and do them according to all which I commanded you. We rehearse the righteous acts, right? Like it says in Judges 5:11. It says, so shall you be my people, and I will be your power. So because we're obeying Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, man. All right. Because we're obeying him, now he's looking at us for good. All right. And not evil. So it says that I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Then answered I and said, so be it, O Yahweh. And see, it can feel like the Lord is dragging. Honestly, it does, because going back to my live earlier, man, we are here to suffer. We got to bear the indignation of the Lord until he's satisfied. Technically, in a sense, the Lord likened our people or the nation as unto a woman, right? Well, in a sense, the Lord has been beating this woman for the bullshit that she did. We cheated on the Lord. Jeremiah, 2, Jeremiah 3, it tells you that we were treacherous against him. And I always go into that word when it comes to our people, man. To be treacherous against a man is basically utter betrayal. We utterly betrayed the Lord in every facet that we can think of, man. We broke all his laws. We made covenants, with death. We made covenants with other nations. We didn't listen. And like I said earlier, we were tyrants to our power, man. We really were. We were little fucking tyrants, talking shit to them, blaspheming them, man, bugging out and contemning them, So a lot of this, man, too, has to be rectified. And that's what the Lord is doing right now. He's rectifying the situation, beating this woman. In fact, let me go ahead and read that in Micah, okay? This is Micah. Hold on. This is Micah 7 and 9. It says, I will bear the indignation, which the word indignation means righteous judgment. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause, until the Lord is satisfied. Which is why, again, shall it be done according to thy mind? This is not our agenda. This is not our will or pleasure, man. We were put here because, I was going to get the scripture where it talked about being in the chains of darkness. We are put into this flesh to suffer, man, because the spirit cannot feel pain. We're put down here, man, to suffer what we did against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, losing all integrity and conduct, regarding him. So the Lord has to make us suffer until it pleases him. Well, doesn't it tell you about the plagues that he's going to send on the earth? The scourges, that they appease the wrath of him who have sent them. I think that's in, oh man, I can't even think. Is that Sirach? Where it says that, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let's see. No. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, that's not the one I want to get. Sirach 39 and 28 says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. The Lord made our hell, man. This is our condition to hell. All right, he prescribed how it should feel, how it should look, what we're supposed to do in it. We were always about trying to get our satisfaction. Well, now the Lord is like, well, now you're not going to get your satisfaction, but you still got to serve me. All right, that's a balance. When you really look at it, you couldn't serve me when I was doing good for you. Well, let's see if you can serve me when you're going through hell. But that's also the prescribing of how to be a man of the Lord. All right, but this is according to the appeasement of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Micah 7 and 9, it says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord, righteous judgment, because I have sinned against him. It tells you in Isaiah that I have not forsaken you, but you have forsaken me. It says, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. We already know that. What is that? Hebrews 6 and 1. When you break it down, basically it says, like, we have no need to be telling you about these things anymore, because you should know this. You should know why we're here, man. You should know why we're doing this. You should know what you're doing this for. You should know who you're doing it for. But time and again, we also have to say it again to never forget, we're paying for things. We got to do things. We got to serve. We got to be beaten so that that we can be justified in the end. That's why Yahweh Shai said, how did he say it? How do you say, like, basically to take your judgment now that you be not judged with the world. This is us taking our judgment, So that's why we got to bear the indignation of the Lord. It says he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Because at the end, again, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a clear path at the end, man, and that's salvation. We got to run for it. Because the Lord, like I was going into patience earlier, man, the Lord has an expected end. That expected end is going to result in you staying alive. It's going to result in you not being killed. Simple. I just said it as simple as possible. All right. So, you can't get weary. You can't get tired. You can't have this attitude of, nonchalantness or laziness, or basically just giving up, man. You gotta keep your integrity no matter how long it takes the Lord to do what he has to do. He can, there was a couple, a half a year ago, maybe now, I want to say, there was an incident with, I can't remember who said it, but it was over the MOTB, and someone said, how how long you guys going to keep talking about the MOTB? And a couple of brothers made videos, very beautiful points, and Elder Apostle Gabar did too. And he said, as long as it takes, you know. No, man, he preached for 100 years. You know, the scriptures tell you in Isaiah the 6th chapter, you know, till the cities be desolate, man, you got to do this job. You know, until like I said in Micah, until he plead my cause, until you've been fully pardoned, and the Lord tells you, like, you know what, you know, well done, thou good servant. You know, like I said in Luke 19, until that time, which that's going to be when you get in that chariot. That's the Lord telling you, good job, you're saved, you know, because it even tells you in second address that the Lord is going to commend those that stood so stiffly, man. He's commending the ones that he already had up in the chariot. He's saved, all right, but you got a job to do to the very end, okay, because the Lord has an expected end. The Lord has a purpose. He has something scheduled for you at the end, so we got to keep up on our own end. But Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the thoughts that I think towards thee. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord Yahweh. Thoughts of peace and not of evil. All right? Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. It says, then shall you call upon me, and you shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. The Lord is going to open up access to all, I don't even know what to say. He's just going to open up all access to things. I'll say it like that. The Lord, it tells you in Malachi, man, the amount of blessings the Lord is going to give you. I was talking to a brother the other day, man. We were just talking about certain, you know, visioning things in the kingdom. And the brother, he had brought out, there's a scripture, and I can't remember, it's somewhere in Isaiah, I believe he said, where it says that the Lord hath enlarged thine heart. In the kingdom, man, you're going to have so many desires, but you still won't be able to fulfill them even in the day. So immortality is going to be a thing, man. It's going to be an expected result for the end of all this, because you're going to need eternity to complete your desires. And that's so fucking crazy, man. When you think about it, the Lord, the land of milk and honey, is going to be given back to us, man. Our increase in constant flourishing and prosperity is never going to end. You know, Apostle Gabar brought it up, man, that the common folk of Israel, which is the 2/3, they're coming back and they're going to be very rich. Can you really imagine that, man? Here it is, because the scriptures tell you that all Israel should be saved, and even the 2/3, when they come back in the kingdom, they're going to be very rich. They're going to be blessed. In so much that we're not going to be able to contain our own blessings, man. You think the inheritance, you think the substance of Abraham and Lot was big, man. Even though they were very beautiful and they are elect, you know, they were very good men. But that's a precursor to a man who's favored by the Lord. And our people are going to be favored again, full favor again, man. Because like it says right here, then shall you call upon me, and you shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you, and you shall seek me and find me when you shall search for me with all your heart. The scriptures tell you that the tabernacle of the Most High is with men. You're going to actually have Yahweh shot, man. I think about this all the time because, I think about jewelry. I think about, certain food. I think about activities that I want to do in the kingdom, But when I think about like the Lord, Yahweh Shai himself, man, is going to be dwelling with us. He's going to be around. You're going to be able to be around him. But I like to imagine like bringing a chain, and I'm thinking, I've done these little clips, uploads of Jacob & Co. I believe it's called Jacob & Co. watches, which, if you don't know what those watches are, man, you can check it out. Jacob & Co. watches. And these watches that they make, man, they go for like over $500,000, even almost $2 million. And I've done some videos where, man, those watches are beautiful. Like, they're beautiful. But they had some where it's like a rainbow of gems in this band. The whole band is pure, just like gems and gold. Like, bro, when Howard Shy, man, when he comes to us in the kingdom, man, and like he like you ask him to come over for dinner, and he brings a chain, or he brings something, man. But that's gonna be a normal thing that we do for each other in the kingdom, man. We're gonna be doing things you have no idea. The pure harmony, happiness, joy. The scriptures talk about it in 2 Ezra, the 8th chapter, about a city that is built with plenteousness and rest is allowed. Can you really imagine that in this time, man? We can't. But these resources that have been taken from us is going to be so common for us in the kingdom. You know, I think, like, I talk about the house, the architect and all that. Like, you cannot fathom, man. There's a reason why the Red Sea was called the Red Sea. You know? It was full of gems that illuminated red from them. When you go back into it, but Esau mined and took it all out. You know, there's other rivers, notable rivers and lakes that were known for its clarity due to minerals, precious stones being in it, and it's all gone now. That's why the lakes and the rivers look fucked up and they're fucking nasty. You know, the world off the own creation of the Lord, man, used to sustain itself. You know, but when Esau did with his bullshit, man, he killed it all. But this is all going to be given back, man. What did it say? With the new heaven and the new earth, when you go into I can't remember what word is it. New, yeah, the word new. You look it up, man. It goes into the word kainos, which means to be refreshed or refurbished. All right, to be refurbished, don't be simple, man. You know what refurbishing is. They even, rent out refurbished apartments, meaning they remodeled it, or they put some cool, they put, newer, modern looking stuff in it to make it have a better look, like that's what we're going back to. That's the expected end. Because again, I tell you, man, the earth is fucked up. Jeremiah 29 and again 13, and you shall seek me and find me when you shall search for me with all your heart. And all our heart. Here's another thing, man. We desire the Lord today, man, but we don't again, man, what did Yahweh Shai do in John 17, man? He prayed for the elect, man, to get back to that former state eventually. All right. Let me see, because even he said in John 17 and 5, it said, and now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. It says, let's see. Hold on. It's supposed to... I can't find it right now. Let me type it up. Just bear with me. That might be the one. That might just be the one I'm thinking about. Hold on. John 17 and 22. It says, Salaki, let me start at verse 20. It says, neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word. This is talking about all the elect in general. That they all may be one as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. And the glory which thou gavest me I have given them, that they may be one even as we are one. See, man, we're all trying to get back to that glory that we once had, man. Like again, going back to Genesis, the first chapter, in the beginning, that goes back to in the chief times. We were all there in the beginning, man, and we were all pure. We had it all. you know, but we lost it. We fell off, man. And that's just what we're waiting to get back to. It may take some time, like the scriptures say, man, though it tarry, wait for it. You know, it's dragging because we're in hell. All right, the doctrine about hell is that, you know, you go into the middle of the earth and you suffer an eternity in a fire. Well, this is that fire. All right, we are in a burning fire, man. Every day, man, we're being killed. The scriptures say that every day we die, you know, and every day we're being slaughtered, man, because we're being burned the fuck up, you know. So, but that false doctrine, though, that false philosophy or false whatever you call it, about hell being this place where you go to burn for eternity, that's on earth. You know, to prove that, King Solomon, he said that I saw under the sun the place of judgment. Well, what's under the sun? The earth. This is that hell, man. So it feels like an eternity because we're suffering. But very soon the Lord's going to come and save us, and, you know, he's going to give us our expected end. So it may tarry, it may drag, it may feel like it's going on forever, man, but that's how it's supposed to feel. We just got to continue to wait, continue to hold our head on a swivel and keep tight, and just wait for the day of the Lord, man. You know, because it's coming, you know. And I was really going to, you know, clarify, man, like don't be giving up to these simple things in this time, man. You know, Jake falls out because of women, their families, you know, simple shit, man. And really, these things that men fall out for really are weak things, you know. So, you know, if you consider yourself a man, to get up from it and do what you got to do, which we always strive for daily, man. You know, but don't be falling out over no goddamn woman or your family, man. Your family, we already know, your family's only going to be saved by what you put in, man. And you got to put in adequate and sufficing work for Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai in order for him to do anything for you. And the thing is, too, he don't have to do nothing. But that leaves the mindset of hoping that you get him back in the kingdom. And if you really believe, man, you're going to run this race the appropriate way, in a proper manner to the very end. So, you know, hey, just hang on, man. Keep on holding. So, but with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Salaki for the choppiness, man. It's just Satan, man. And, you know, still got the lesson out. You know, the Wadi Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. But Lord willing, you know, if y'all want to rewatch, just skip all the parts where I'm cussing Satan out and going from car to car. But hey, want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi B'Hashem Rukakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yeah, it's normal for me, man. Really, it is. It's normal, like, but it's still irritating as hell. I won't lie, man. I still, like, just leave me alone, bro. Like, fucking, I know you're bored, but wait till after the lesson, man. but anyways, hey, call halal Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi. Hey, remember to be humble. Again, call halal Yahweh Wa Yahawashi, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshai B'Hashem Rukakwadash Barakatham. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Hey, peace and much love, honors and blessings to the elect of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshai, man. Hey, continue to strive, fight, prove yourself, man. But with that, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahshai Barakatham. Hey, Kwame Shalom.